You know, kids have this amazing ability to just own their own wins. When my daughter was 3, she taught me something profound one day while she was coloring. She was picking up the crayons and she was looking at them and naming each of the colors. And after she did this a few times, she looked at me and said, completely matter of factly, I'm good with my colors. She wasn't bragging. She wasn't fishing for compliments. She was just stating a simple truth about herself with this beautiful, quiet confidence. And I thought, when was the last time I did that? When was the last time you did that? When did you last pause and acknowledge something you're genuinely good at without immediately following it with, yeah, but I suck at, or it's not a big deal? We've somehow convinced ourselves to shrink, to downplay our strengths. We think humility means never acknowledging what we do well. But there's a difference between arrogance and simple self-awareness. My daughter wasn't being conceited. She was just present with her own competence. Think about it. You probably know your colors too, and a million other things. You know how to tie your shoe. Remember the first time you drove a car? There were lots of things to pay attention to, your mirrors and the signals and the speed and all that. But now that's second nature. If you're like me, you can take a car trip and think about all sorts of things with hardly paying any attention to what you're doing with your hands and feet. But there was a learning curve. Maybe you're good with words. Maybe you're good at making people laugh. Maybe you're good at cooking or listening or organizing or finding the best parking spots. These aren't nothing. These aren't small things. They form the texture of who we are. And acknowledging them isn't vanity, it's simply self-respect. It's the foundation of confidence, of joy, of showing up fully in your own life. So here's what I'm challenging myself to do, and hopefully you will join me. Notice one thing today that you're good at. Say it out loud. Own it. Put it in the comments section. Not to prove anything to anyone else, but to honor the truth of who you are. Because somewhere along the way, we learn to focus on everything that we're not, instead of celebrating everything we are. But kids, they haven't learned that yet. They still live in the truth that you can be proud of your colors, your kindness, your curiosity. What are your colors? What are you good at? Don't shrink from that answer. 3-year-olds are watching, and the only way they will learn to see their worth is seeing adults who know their worth too. I'm Jason Pollock, and this has been The Pollock Perspective. Remember, you're not in this alone.